Hi, I'm Dr. Gaffer. This is Yu Ming, and you're in the back row for the second time.
Yay!
Welcome to another exciting and riveting episode that is In the Back Row. And we're not all like weird looking and squiggly.
It was so exciting and riveting the first time that we had to do it
We
again.
had to do it again.
It's doubly exciting and riveting.
Throwback Sunday. That doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
Okay.
But that's all right. I'll accept it.
So,
So,
we made it.
kind of.
You got to eat dinner. I didn't.
You told me not to fix you a plate.
Well, because I didn't have time to eat. So, I'm just drinking. So it should make the show way more exciting.
It's always exciting.
Is it?
Because you're always drinking.
That doesn't sound like that could possibly be true. Anyway, thank you folks out there for joining us. For some reason, like, my display doesn't show anymore, like, how many people are actually watching, which I kind of like, because I like being just, like, completely oblivious to it.
Yeah, that doesn't...
It makes it more fun for me, because there's nothing more, like, frightening than looking over and realizing just, like, oh my god, that many people are watching, and then you start to, like, stutter and act like a big freak.
I do that anyway.
Which is, yeah, which is gonna be like, which is kind of like how we act normally. I know that I think about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuttery. Sometimes my brain just blocks things.
It's the internet life is hard. You know, you have to constantly listen to recordings of yourself. You're like, oh my god, I sound like an idiot.
Actually, I've gotten much more used to listening to my voice.
Really?
Oh yeah, like the first couple of times that we broadcasted with me on here, I was like, holy shit, I sound like an idiot. And I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, when I was first on the internet, it was like, oh my god, I can't believe no one shot me yet.
Yeah.
This is horrid.
Can't believe Doc lets me do this.
Jesus Christ. So much insanity. So, how's your week been?
Busy. Very busy. And plus work keeps calling me, so I'm exhausted. 3:30 in the morning this morning and about 4:30 yesterday.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm kind of tired.
Well, thanks for sticking it out and
Hi, Hunter.
being here with us.
That's what I do. There is no escape.
No escape.
I'm shackled here. You can't see it, but my legs are shackled. The desk.
Okay, that sounds kind of hot. All right.
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Want to talk about stuff?
Sure. Well, let's get into it's amazing to me because, I just think that, like, some celebrities are just going to, just become uninteresting, and I'm not going to, like, talk about them, and I'm just like, okay, so we talked a lot about this person last week, and so we're probably done with it for a while, but they just keep, becoming interesting, and I can't help it. Sorry. So
Don't have to apologize.
we got more. We got way more Justin Bieber news than we possibly know what to do with because it's been a busy week.
Busy week for Justin Bieber because Justin Bieber is just a busybody.
It's been a busy week for me too. I'm not gonna lie, but he seems to be having way more fun with his weekend, except for the incarceration part. But
was he actually in jail?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, for how long? Like a couple hours?
Well, he was there overnight because they had a. We showed the bond hearing on our In the Back Row YouTube channel. So you get to see that, and there was also footage of him actually leaving the jail, and he was ended up being $2,500 bond in all for all three charges that he was facing, which was the DUI, driving without a license, and drag racing, or I guess speeding is what the charge was.
That's a lot of charges.
That is a lot of charges. So if you want to go to our YouTube channel, which is In the Back Row also, you can go and check out that footage. We might actually play it later. I don't know why we would. It's really just kind of boring. It's just some dude walking to a car, and then he jumps on top of it and waves to people. But he went from there to the airport, and it was assumed when he was on his way to the airport that he was going to fly back to Los Angeles, back to his home, and potentially, hide some of his paraphernalia and stuff for the looming, search and seizures that are bound to happen because he's just doing so many weird things. But I guess they've already, been through his house for the egging incident. They went to search for evidence. I don't know if they're looking for eggshells or what the deal there was, but since then they've, I guess, a lot of pictures have, come out of, people showing, a lot of, paraphernalia in, like, Justin Bieber's kitchen. And, where there's, like, bongs and weed, what looks to be like a vaporizer. And so I guess TMZ, like, laid out all these photos. And And I'm just like, it just, to me, it just seems like everything's become like so sensationalized with this guy. Because to me, I look at the pictures and all I see is like, well, that's the kitchen of a 19-year-old dude that that lives in Los Angeles. But of course, it just happens to be Justin Bieber's kitchen as well. So, whatever. But he wasn't flying home. The plane that he boarded in Miami wasn't actually headed for Los Angeles at all. Apparently, Justin Bieber decided that Panama would be a way cooler place. It's a much shorter flight, and the drinking age there is 18. So there's a lot less chance that you could get in trouble for underage drinking. But it seems that his manager, Scooter Braun, and
Scooter,
and Usher, along with Justin's childhood friend Ryan Butler, I guess, have all gone to Panama.
Okay, so it's a family event.
Well, it could be that,
or
but
what else could it be? I mean, is he like shooting a new video?
Well, I guess sources are saying that Usher flew to Panama to have a serious come to Jesus talk.
Oh fuck.
With Justin after his Miami arrest. So with like his best childhood friend, his manager, and Usher, and all these people, just kind of converging on Panama. It almost seems like it's an intervention, but no one has like called it that yet.
Sure seems like if it's a come to Jesus thing, it's an intervention.
Yeah. So I guess they posed for a few pictures with some believers that they ran across. So there's pictures of like both Usher and Justin Bieber with this one girl, and I guess when she posted the picture, she said that the kids hit rough times, describing him as a youth idol, with who's loved by so many and hated by so many others. But there was even like the posting of like this picture in like Panama by this like fangirl. Is like even it's like, yeah, he's kind of hitting a rough patch here.
Kind of. That kid's been all over the place.
So apparently, even the teens of Panama are aware of his wrongdoings, I guess. Which it just seems so it just seems so weird. I mean, he's just doing like regular kid stuff. Really, I'd like egging somebody's house. That's something a 19-year-old kid does.
That's very true.
Getting a really fast car and like racing down the street is something a kid does. It's
that
just
is
like this is
true.
Not really like that.
Drinking codeine and Kool-Aid and.
Okay, that's something I want to do. So I
don't think I did that when I was 19.
Okay, I didn't do that when I was 19, but I want to do it now. Because it really does sound delicious. Maybe it's just the blue color that I enjoy some, or purple. Actually, technically it's purple.
It sounds like just drinking cough medicine.
Anyway, so because of Justin Bieber's incarceration, we came up with this photo. Or actually, I came up with this photo. For those of you who are fans of The Shawshank Redemption.
This is great.
We've got this this photo here from the shower scene from The Shawshank
So you
Redemption.
made this?
With Bieber's mugshot profile photo in place of Andy Dufresne's head.
That actually looks fantastic.
It's really funny when you bounce back and forth between the two images, and you get to. It almost looks like the head is moving and morphing. It's kind of fun. But anyway,
his body doesn't look so good for his age.
So we made this photo and we posted it on our In the Back Row Facebook page, as well as my own personal Facebook page, and we asked you guys, our viewers and fans and stuff and whatnot, to try to think of a caption for this picture, and we said in a few days that we would announce a winner, and that winner would get a free In the Back Row t-shirt.
Yeah.
Depending on which size you are. So they're basically made to order. So whoever ends up winning will ask you what size you prefer and all that stuff. And you'll also have to give us your address or P.O. box so that we can stock you in the future. No, I'm just kidding. Only so we can send you the shirt. So if you haven't actually come up with a caption idea for this photo and you would like to, we're not going to pick them just yet. We're going to wait till a little later on in the show, so have to make sure we remind each other so we don't run out of time and be like, oh shit, well, that was a thing.
Can't do it now.
So if you guys still would like to come up with a caption, you can just go to facebook.com/inthebackrow. and then just leave your caption there as a comment on the image, or you can go to my Facebook page if we happen to be Facebook friends, and we should be. Why wouldn't we be?
Yeah, really.
You watch my show, that's friendship as far as I'm concerned.
Hell yeah.
So go and check out the photo there and leave your caption comment, and towards the end of the show, which will be about 7-ish, 6:45-ish, somewhere right in there, we will go through and read them all. Hopefully we will have enough time to read them all, and we will select the best one with the viewing audience's help, of course.
Of course.
Anyway, so like I said, go to Facebook, check out the photo, and leave your caption comment for it.
And Kearney actually said, go back to Canada where the drinking age is 19. And he is 19, so why not?
Yeah, it'd be perfect. It'd be perfect. But maybe he just doesn't like anyone there anymore, or they don't like him.
I was going to say, I think it's the other way
It's
around.
like, really? Did we accept him into America, or did Canada just simply kick him the fuck out? Really, it begs a question there.
Did we find out if he has dual citizenship, or if he's...
I actually don't know.
No idea.
So yeah, apparently he's playing. He left Sunday, and Sunday morning he's playing touchdown in Panama. So.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought we froze.
Oh, well, hope not.
We froze for like 2 seconds.
Ooh, well that's not bad.
Ooh, 18 in Quebec is the drinking age. Wow.
Ah.
Very nice.
So I guess there was a girl, the model that Justin Bieber was with when he was supposedly pulled over and driving around Miami. Chantel Jeffries is her name, and I guess she actually accompanied the Biebs to Panama.
Ooh.
She's been seen there, and it's rumored that she's gotten
Pregnant?
No, she's gotten offered like some sort of like weird like porn deal to be like the host of like like a porn site that has I guess like cam girls where like you like pay them like money and credits or whatever. I don't really know because I haven't actually been to those sites, and I can really freely like say that that's true. I know for me you might think that's unusual, like, oh no, you must be at that shit every day, that's why you're so broke motherfucker. But no, that's not really true. I haven't been to one of these sites yet, but apparently you pay some sort of money. I don't know I don't know if you're using PayPal or what the deal is. Maybe it's Bitcoins. I don't know. But and then the girls like do certain things depending on how much money you give them. But their company has offered this model now money, and I guess just because she's hanging out with Justin Bieber, it's like, oh, so I don't know that it your typical average masturbator on the internet would necessarily know who she is or care, but I guess they thought she was hot enough, so she's going to be they offered her a job to be some sort of like online madam, but it's not really specific whether or not she's going to have to remove any clothing or not. She's basically just going to be like the hostess that be like, oh, hello, welcome to this website. Do you want to do things with this girl or this girl? Please click on one.
And she accompanied Bieber.
Yeah, so, but this only came about like after she was seen, driving around Miami with him, so we'll see if if her popularity grows, the longer she tags along.
Maybe it's one of those situations where it's like, hey, Justin, if you're a good boy, you might be able to put your dick in this. If you're not, then no. Think so?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's tough to say. I should always look at my other screens to make sure I'm not forgetting anything.
Kearney said, I just know my UW college days saw many nights in Vancouver. Drinking.
So apparently, Justin Bieber's drag racing through Miami was captured on surveillance video.
Ooh, okay.
And it actually kind of supports something that the people at TMZ have been saying for the last few days. TMZ, being the clever bastards that they are, realize that nobody rents a car like that's that expensive without having a GPS tracking device on it.
Certainly.
And so with the GPS tracking device, you can find out where a car has been, and at what time it has been there.
Okay.
So according to TMZ, who checked with the rental agency, during the time of the drag race, when Justin Bieber was drag racing, his top speed was, and this is like a residential neighborhood, so it's like 30 miles an hour. It's like a 30 miles an hour zone, maybe 35, and his top speed was 27 miles an hour.
27?
27 miles an hour, according to the rental company.
And how does that qualify as drag racing?
We're not really sure, but there's a video from CBS 4 in Miami that actually shows the drag racing, or lack of it, and so we got a little snippet of that. Now, at the beginning, you see Justin Bieber's car go by. I can't remember which one's which. I know like one guy had one, Khalil, his friend, had one big fancy car. And he had another. I think Khalil had the Lamborghini.
Khalil is his friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was also arrested with him for drag racing, okay. So Bieber had a Lamborghini and Khalil had a Ferrari.
Ooh.
And it's a red. So you see like the yellow or the yellow Lamborghini go by, and you see the red Ferrari go by, and then. A few beats after that, you see a police officer that apparently was following them for several blocks. And they're going by, and you can see them. They're like single file, like in traffic. No, they're not passing anyone. And then a little farther through the video, I'm going to try to advance it. This thing's a little weird about that sometimes. But a little farther through the video, you just see basically the same thing from a different angle. And clearly there's no racing going on. Maybe they were like clutching it and revving their engines, I'm guessing, because there's no real audio in this, so I'm not going to bother switching over the audio. I'm just going to do the video part. But here it is.
Okay, so there's the yellow,
yeah.
There's the red. And the cop.
There's a cop going behind. Who actually, the cop seems to be going faster.
Yeah, they did.
Than he was in that.
Huh. Okay.
So...
Can we show that again?
You can just see them like stopped at a light up there, so there's not really anything.
Even the cars behind them are going faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cop is like, oh my god,
so
I'm
it
gonna
advances to the middle here, and you'll be able to see the same thing from like a different view. So there's the Biebs. There's the Biebs' friend. There's an SUV, some other car, and there's the cop just cruising behind them.
There's absolutely no drag racing going on
Just
here.
hoping that there's going to be something going down he can bust him for.
This does not make sense to me now. It's like a conspiracy. Chris, we are in the back row. He is Doc the Gaffer. I am Yu Ming, and this is not a recording. This is live.
Welcome. Is live. Welcome.
And we're talking about Justin Bieber and his Lamborghini and his friend Khalil in the... Oh, wait, no. It's a Corvette? Anyway.
Lamborghini.
Cars.
And a Ferrari.
Ferrari, that's it.
Yeah. So that's the supposed drag racing that they were pulled over for. And according to the rental company, they were going a whopping 27 miles an hour.
That's ridiculous.
So let's just review the charges if we can.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
That Justin Bieber is faced with. So he was arrested for DUI.
Okay.
Drag racing.
Okay.
And driving without a license.
So
or his driver's license was expired, or I don't think it was suspended. I think it was just expired.
Okay. So the third one is the only
which
one
is
that
amazing
makes
to me.
sense
It's just
to
like, how the fuck do you rent a Lamborghini with you have an expired driver's license? I mean,
Because
I know the answer to that is because his agent got him the car, or
Yeah.
his manager got him the car, and he probably didn't have to sign or do anything. Somebody just brought it to him, like, here, I bequeath this upon you, drive it.
Yeah, I remember something like that happening this summer with somebody. This last summer.
Yes, where I was driving around a rental car, even though I didn't have a driver's license, but I didn't know it at the time. So that's one thing you always want to do is go hauling ass around Los Angeles without a driver's license, because Los Angeles, Miami, it's all the same. So yeah, I could have found myself in a Justin Bieber type situation very easily.
It's a good thing it wasn't a very flashy car, and you're not stupid.
So apparently. The drag racing charge that he's faced with doesn't seem to be a thing at all, because there seems to be evidence, even like people from TMZ seem to be doing most of the lawyer work for him here, proving that he wasn't in fact speeding at all. So how can you say he was drag racing?
So the GPS thing, did it actually like record his entire time that he had the car?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can tell.
I was gonna say, you know, I mean, in the video, you could assume, you know, before maybe he was drag racing, and then during the video maybe he wasn't. But if they actually recorded the entire thing and he didn't ever race,
well, I mean, on the citation it says, you know, he was drag racing at this time.
oh, so there, exactly that.
No, I'm saying according to the GPS, like on the police report, it says
he was drag racing.
He was pulled over at this time because he was drag racing. So according to the rental agency, just before he was pulled over, his speed wasn't above 27 miles an hour, so he couldn't have been drag racing at all. So there's that.
Poor little kid.
There's also the DUI charge. Like, oh, he was pulled over for DUI. You know, it's bad to drink and drive. He's setting a horrible example. But with that, the officer said that he smelled alcohol on Justin Bieber, and so he gave him a field sobriety test, which he said that he failed. But he never got he never, I guess, gave a breath test or a blood test. So there was nothing aside from like a roadside test, which can easily be defeated in court, to say that he was intoxicated. So he's probably not going to face a DUI charge. So the only thing they really have him for is driving without a license.
Which is easily paid off.
Unless you're in Idaho. Fuck.
Well,
so
there were a couple of reasons, though.
Yeah.
Change of address.
Anyway, so there's my Justin.
Wow, fantastic.
News for the day. So he might not be a bad guy, as you might think, but and then you got to wonder, it's just like, well, why the fuck is Usher rushing for to Panama for this intervention if he's really in not that bad of a shape? I mean, really, we're still just faced with like, okay, well, he threw eggs at a guy's house and he forgot to renew his driver's license. It's really like the worst things he's done. So
wow, the Biebs, poor guy. Chris H says, do you talk to us much? We do sometimes. We do have a lot of news to get through, though. It is an entertainment and sometimes gaming news broadcast. So when we get time, we look down at the chat room to see what's going up.
Especially if you guys want to chime in on the story, like maybe you're like friends of Justin Bieber and you got some inside information.
Like maybe he doesn't actually have a penis.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm just waiting for the day, because we've had videos that we've posted that we've done about people, and we've had those people comment on those videos. It hasn't happened very often, but I'm just waiting for the day where we're bagging on somebody's movie, and then all of a sudden like somebody who's like worked on the movie is like in the chat room, and that's just gonna be awkward as fuck.
Well, yeah, it'll be a little bit awkward silence.
It'll be some, depending on who the celebrity is, it could be some amazing backpedaling, like, oh no, what I meant was. It was so awful it made me sick, but I meant sick in like a really good, like sicklingly joyful.
Sickly happy. Thanks for becoming a fan, King of Finland. Are you the King of Finland? That's pretty cool. You must be really famous and rich and stuff. Are you single?
Well, you don't even know how old he is. I mean, you should be like maybe hitting up the Prince of Finland. He could be like 60. You don't know.
Yeah, but then I'd be queen. And then he'd die.
And then I would inherit all of Finland?
I would inherit all of Finland.
You go, girl. You inherit Finland.
And thanks for becoming a fan, Courtney. As in, like, me.
I don't think that's supposed to be 2 words.
That's fantastic, though. I love it.
Courtney A.
If Courtney is actually your name, not spelled the 2 words way, but you actually made it the 2 words way, then that's fantastic. Love it. Good job.
You want to talk about the boof?
Oh, yeah, I do want to talk about the boof.
Chalk up the boof news.
King of Finland said, lol, I wish I was the King of Finland, and I am single, and I'm 18, so you're good.
So you're good.
Yeah, but are you rich?
Don't have to worry about them old man parts flopping around.
Oh, gross. Speaking of old man parts.
Oh, God.
I'll accept that. Wednesday night, they had a secret screening of a movie, and
that's a pretty common thing. Film festivals.
Yep. Yeah.
They do like they just like, we're not going to tell you what it's going to be, but it's going to be awesome.
And so the Skeleton Twins director, his name is Craig Johnson. he decided that he was going to go to this secret screening, and his parents were in town. They were in town for the last night. And
is this cans you're talking about?
Huh?
This is cans you're talking about?
Let's find out.
I don't.
It was, shoot. Hang on. I know, you're going to ask me. I only saw this, 5 minutes, so hang on.
You don't want to get the wrong film festival.
Sundance.
Okay.
Yeah, at the Egyptian Theater. So anyway.
Because Cannes was a while ago, or is it coming up? I don't even know. It was recently. It's hard to tell. There's so many. What the? That was a cute sound.
Thanks.
We'll deal with that later. You were saying?
You made me snort.
I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry.
Anyway, so the Skeleton Twins director, Craig Johnson, his parents were in town. They decided to go see this secret film. They thought it was actually going to be the new Wes Anderson movie in this secret screening. Nobody knows because it's a secret screening. I think there's one person that's, up doing the reel, and maybe they're the only people that know. I don't know. So nobody knew what was going to play.
Okay, just one last one and I'm done. Okay.
I'm about to do that. So he decided to take his parents to see this secret screening. And it wasn't the new Wes Anderson movie. It was much better than that. It ended up being the new Lars von, what the hell is his name?
See, now you get the fucked up name.
Yeah, I know. The Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac. So the one that Shia LaBeouf is in and a bunch of other people. So yeah, he brought his parents to a secret screening of Nymphomaniac. And granted, there's actual, penises and stuff.
There's a lot going on in that movie. There's no rating for it, so it might as well just be porn.
Yeah.
Or just story.
So I'm gonna read kind of what he said. He did this presentation a couple days after that. I think it was Friday night, and this is what he said. It's kind of funny. So last night I got invited to the special screening of a mystery movie. All we were told was, it's a new film by a prominent director. So I thought, this is great. It's my parents' last night in town. I'm going to get some extra tickets and we'll go. So we'll settle into the Egyptian Theater, and I'm thinking maybe it's the Wes Anderson movie. My mom will love that. But then John Cooper gets up there and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac." So for those of you that don't know, that's the movie with real sex and penetration and Shia LaBeouf. So I turned to my mom and I sort of explain what this is, and I'm like, clearly you guys are going to leave, right? Because this is weird. And my mom says, actually, I kind of want to see it. So there's a conundrum because I want to see it too, but there's no fucking way I'm watching Nymphomaniac sitting next to my parents.
Okay, just to give you guys some idea of what's going on here. Here's a
Ooh.
This is when you do a Google search for images. This is basically what you come up with. So there's clearly a lot of. I'm not going to scroll down too far because it could get risky.
Yeah,
but that gives you
close.
Some sort of idea.
That's close. Let's see. So I had some friends. Luckily, we shifted seats. I put a buffer of 2 seats as I watched Nymphomaniac with my parents. I actually thought it was pretty...
Buffer of 2 seats? He was afraid he was going to, work in a field accidentally. He's like, oh, God, this is hot. Sorry, Mom. Fuck.
No, I think it's just weird for, sitting next to your parents watching a porn. I actually thought it was pretty good. It was funny and weird. So I afterwards went up to my parents. It was a little awkward. My mom was like, oh, it was very provocative and interesting. And his dad was a little more reserved. He's like, yeah, it was interesting, but I was really glad I wasn't sitting next to you, so thank you to Sundance for the single weirdest movie experience of my entire life. So that was exciting and fun to hear about, and apparently this happens to this guy a lot. I guess that he's done it 2 or 3 other times where he's actually taken his parents to watch something and ended up being some sort of pornography. So I wonder if he just has this weird fetish with, having his parents there while he's watching porn. I don't know. So, Courtney, what phone do you have? I actually have a Galaxy S2. I don't like it very much. Number one, it's white. I'm kind of racist when it comes to my phones. I like the black ones. I think they look nicer. And also, it was used, and it's kind of kind of a piece of junk, I guess is the best way to say it. I mean, it works, but it's buggy and stuff, and I just haven't wanted to do anything with it just because of that, just because it's kind of a pain in the butt phone. So yeah. Samsung Galaxy S2. I'd like to have the S4 or the S5, but you know, that's kind of expensive. So that's what kind of phone I got. How about you? What do you have? Anything special? And the King of Finland is rich. Excellent. I'll send you my phone number and address details. There is no S5. Oh, what's the one I'm thinking of then? It's an S. Is it the S4 like mega awesome? Or am I just thinking of an S4 and I'm thinking of a 5? That might be it. Anyways, I'd like to have something better than the S2. Even your S2 is better than my S2, and mine's an updated S2.
My S2 and your S2. Next,
oh, you have the S3.
Do we want to show the trailer for this?
Yes.
For this now, there's a bunch of different previews for this movie.
Nymphomaniac. We're still on that topic.
But this is like the shortest one. It's also the tamest one because like all the others, I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad. We could probably show this on the show, and then all of a sudden like. There's like a frame of like a girl like going down on somebody, and like you can see like shaft and everything. You're like, okay, that's inappropriate for the internet. Well, at least for you now. So
yeah.
So here's a preview for it.
I'm ready.
Ready.
What do I do? Smile, make eye contact.
But what if it doesn't work?
If you have to talk, remember to ask lots of questions if you want more than a yes or no answer. Then it'll just happen on its own. You just take them to the lavatory and you have sex with them.
What if it's nasty?
Then you just think of a bag of chocolate sweeties.
Soon.
Wow.
But yeah, that's
a tame.
You can
tame trailer. I have seen some pretty fascinating ones.
Yeah, fascinating.
They are fascinating. I want to see this movie. Okay, because I mean it's kind of like revolutionary. It's like it's not a porn, and it's being shown on the big screen, but there's actually stuff. Like you can see is stuff, and stuff happens. I mean it's not just like some full frontal male nudity because he just walked out of the bathroom. It's like. There's a penis going in that mouth right now.
So yeah, as you can see, there's pictures here from
Oh God,
we showed this on this picture on last week's show.
He looks like a redneck.
It's a very frightening photo of him, but
he is just a frightening looking guy.
But yeah, gives you an idea of like, okay, that's not really boobies. Her hair's covering it. But I just give you an idea of like how.
I like the little logo. The O looks like a female part.
We're not sure what's going on here, but
she's being tortured or something, or she has to poop. I don't know.
Those could be the same thing. You don't even know.
I have never been to Ohio, Courtney. Is it nice, or is it just cold and boring?
Do you want to go to Ohio?
I don't know. If it's nice, probably. If it's cold and boring, then no. I'm already at a place that's cold and boring.
True. It's hard to argue with that.
I have more Shia LaBeouf stuff if you want me to talk about it.
Yes. Get on with your bad buff stuff. I actually want to see that movie, but I kind of also don't want to see it because Shia LaBeouf's in it, and I don't know that I could see that much of him.
Oh, I'm all right with it.
Especially with the weird, scraggly little beard.
He doesn't look very good.
No.
But
It's just
cold and boring
it's not a good
and white
look.
stuff. Well, at least there's snow, because it's just cold and boring here. There's no snow. We can build a snowman. That's from the new movie Frozen.
Okay.
Who would you like to build a snowman? And something, something, something.
I've heard there's some really annoying songs.
I think it's adorable. Anyway, so more Shia LaBeouf shit. His plagiarism has been explained.
Oh, good.
Yay!
I have an explanation.
I think we all have. He claims that the hashtag Stop Creating that accompanied all of his tweets is part of a project he's been working on with meta-modernist, that's a word, Luke Turner, Training Day screenwriter David Ayer, and Museum of Modern Arts poet laureate Kenneth Goldsmith, who actually authored a book called Uncreative Writing, Managing Language in the Digital Age, which examines the relationship of technology to writing and literature, as well as the concept of repurposing versus plagiarism. Jesus Christ! Say that 7 times fast. LaBeouf revealed the prestige to his trick on Twitter, but he deleted the tweets soon after. He said that he wanted to start a conversation about the immutability of art and imitation. He said performance art has been a way of appealing directly to a large public audience as well as shocking audiences into reassessing their own notions of art and its relationship to culture. My Twitter is meta-modernist performance art. A performative redress, which is all a public apology really is. Okay. He said that he wanted to open dialogue about plagiarism in the digital age in such a way that allows him to utilize his authentic creative imagination and explain that all art is either plagiarism or revolution, and to be revolutionary in art today, it is to be reactionary. In the midst of being embroiled in acts of intended plagiarism, the world caught me and reacted. The show began. I became completely absorbed, oblivious to the things around me. So there you go. So he's claiming that it's all an act. It's all a performance art. And that's because he's meta-modernist, and it's okay. So there you go.
I see.
Clear as mud?
Absolutely.
Clear as mud. So I read all of that and I was like, I don't think so.
So it's basically just a big act, but unfortunately, Daniel Close was not actually in on it. The guy that he supposedly took the script from.
He was not in on it.
He wasn't in on the deal.
No, in fact, everybody he plagiarized from wasn't in on it.
Huh.
He's trying to, I guess, make a meta-modernist statement.
It's very method.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a load of fucking bullshit.
That's what I thought.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Is he from Portland?
No.
Jesus, he sounds like one of those goddamn Portland hippies.
Either that, or it reminds me of the whole
Right now,
Scientology
everyone
shit.
who's from Portland is just like, what the fuck did he just say?
Pretty big insult,
like,
actually.
go shove a voodoo donut in your ass, you freak.
Voodoo donut. Never had one. Yeah, so that was a little weird to find out, and I really don't think. I mean, I don't know.
She doesn't think, ever.
No, I don't. Ever since he said that he was not going to be doing social media and stuff anymore, he's just been tweeting the same thing over and over again, which is, I am not famous. He did that 3 times. So
Noted.
Yeah. I think he's just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Not famous.
Not famous.
Oh.
Courtney pre-ordered Frozen for $22. Yeah! It's really very cute. How old are you both? How old are you?
24.
And I'm 13.
Totally lying.
I hope I'm not 13. Middle school was fucking horrible. I don't want to go back. I'm 31.
Does anyone watching out there have that fantastic Google Glass stuff?
Dude, I wanted.
Well, apparently, some of the people who have been fortunate enough to acquire the Google Glasses have had some interesting experiences.
Oh boy!
Really, this is an incident that happened just days after a California driver had gotten out of a a traffic conviction because he had the footage from his Google Glasses that he had recorded, so it proved that he did not actually commit the infraction.
Oh, very
so
nice.
They're already being used in ways such as that.
Cool. That's kind of nice.
On this last Saturday, not yesterday, but a week ago.
Okay.
Saturday, an Ohio man was watching a movie in an AMC theater.
Okay.
And about halfway through the movie, a guy comes up and basically shoves a badge in his face and tells him that he needs to step out into the lobby immediately.
All right.
And so he's wearing, obviously his Google Glasses while he's watching a movie.
Okay.
So I imagine it would be the FBI, but someone had mentioned it was the NSA, and that just doesn't seem right to me.
The NSA.
But let's just say
No.
a federal organization. Usually it's the FBI that deals with copyright infringement.
Sure.
But
Okay.
they were basically saying that that there was a member of the Motion Picture Association of America
Okay.
in the theater and saw him with the Google Glasses and reported it. So they, the NSA came by to basically bust him for recording the movie. And the thing is, like, they were just kind of assuming that that's what was going on. But apparently, if you wear regular eyeglasses, Google Glass will actually make a pair of Google Glasses that's just like your regular prescription, but it also has just the screen in it as well.
Really?
So even though you're already wearing glasses, now your glasses are also this device. So this is what this guy had. But they questioned him in the lobby for like a ridiculous amount of time, and and once again, they're just making an assumption that because he has this device that he must be recording the movie. But I don't know if you can afford Google Glasses. Are you really just like making like shitty pirated copies of films in the movie theater?
In the movie theater, come on.
But I guess the incident had only ended, and again, this is a AMC theater in Ohio. The incident only came to an end when he allowed the feds to look through his device and prove that he hadn't actually recorded any of the movie, which is just like. So basically they were just going to detain him there in the lobby until he finally showed them, okay, look, you can look through my device. That would be like having, an officer detain you and like wanting to look through all the files in your phone. And that just shouldn't be done. Not to my phone anyway. So, with this new technology, it's really interesting to see like how people are using it and how people are being perceived as using it. And there's also, another, like, also, kind of creepy, sexual aspect to it.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking, too. It's like,
It's like, yeah.
What if you forgot to turn them off?
Yeah. And, well, that's the thing. Like, you might have, just forgotten to, turn off, your Google Glass recording device or...
Then again, with the Nymphomaniac coming out, maybe it's really not going to be that big of a deal anymore.
But the gentleman who was questioned at the movie theater, I guess they seem to be like fairly convinced that he actually had committed the crime because according to him, they actually like removed the glasses like from his face.
Oh, that's just mean.
Yeah, it said he
Constitutes
shoved some sort
assault.
of what was that? He shoved some sort of badge or some sort of badge with a shield on it, yanks the Google Glasses off my face and says, "Follow me outside immediately."
Holy shit, man!
So can you imagine if somebody yanks your prescription glasses like off your face? It's like if you're blind, they just grab your seeing eye dog and follow me outside immediately.
I'd be mad.
You worthless cripple! I've got some questions.
And that was in Ohio. Courtney's in Ohio.
I didn't think it was that great of a movie.
Hey,
either.
Courtney, did you catch wind of that? Do you know anything about it?
Was there any wind? Was there some wind?
Did somebody cut me?
So we just speculated that there could be some weird, sexy use for the Google Glasses, because some people, I imagine, if they wear their glasses during sex. I don't know. You wear glasses. Do you wear them during sex?
No.
No, you don't.
No, because they get in the way.
Well, I would think that there'd be some people that do, or maybe they wear contacts or something like that. So it's not completely inconceivable that somebody would, be having sex and, and keep their glasses on. So that, that could be a thing, depending on how much finer this technology goes. And if you can't tell the difference between Google glasses and regular glasses, well, we're all going to have to be a little more on our guard then, I guess.
Mm. Do you know what part of Ohio that was?
I don't, actually.
Fascinating.
But broke my train of thought.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. It's her fault. But apparently there's a company that is developing an application for Google Glass that's Sex with Google Glass. I believe that's the working title.
So it's happening.
Just to be clear, this is something that's being worked on and developed, and it has not been approved by Google to be used with Google Glass, but it is something that's being worked on. And here's basically the deal: it's made for if you and your partner have Google Glasses, then you can send a feed of what you're seeing to their glasses, so they get your perspective, which to me seems like kind of creepy and
that is very
weird,
my
because
then you're looking at yourself as...
and there's not there's some things you just don't want to know about when you're having sex. Like,
no.
My God, is there that much lint in my belly button? Holy shit! I mean, that's just awkward.
That's what the dimples in my ass look like?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, I am so turned off right now.
So it doesn't sound like it's too very appealing, but it's apparently a thing. They're also working on the ability to have, also a another camera, so you can also incorporate a wide angle shot into it.
That would be what my ass needs. Is a wide angle shot.
And the whole process is supposed to, I guess, record the entire event so you can play it back. But they're adding in a feature where the recording.
Sorry.
Where the recording only. I should drink something.
That's not what I needed.
They're working in a device where the recording will only last for supposedly an hour. So after an hour, the recording will just disappear, kind of supposedly like Snapchat videos, because those don't disappear either. So it's a whimsical thought, but I don't think that's actually going to be the reality of the situation. That all of a sudden, an hour later and the recording is just gone.
Well, then what about
within that hour, that's enough time to actually make another recording of it, but who knows?
Maybe. I mean, if you're one of those people that goes for 5-hour marathons, you're not even done after an hour, so what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Courtney said, what isn't there an app for nowadays? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, right. So, we gotta do those comments.
Oh, yeah, comment time. Yay!
Because we're starting to get down towards the end of the show, so we're going to get that out of the way so that we can not forget it.
Okay. So, let's see. We'll go from the ones off of the In the Back Row YouTube page first. Okay. So let's show the image while we're doing this. I think
oh. Do I? Oh, I do have it up.
Yeah, you do.
There it is.
All right. So number 1. Excuse me. This is the men's shower.
Okay. Now I know that's the first one, but I still really like that one.
Number 2. Bitch, and you thought Miley Cyrus came in like a wrecking ball. Number 3, you got a pretty mouth. Number 4, these things always happen in threes.
That's true. I wonder what the third thing will be. I didn't even think about that, because he's got the egging, and then there was the the arrest, and so there's got to be a third thing, right?
Yeah, there's got to be.
And it might just be something like this.
Let's see. That was number 4. Number 5, is it true Canadians?
Wait, how is come spelled? Does it say these things always come in threes?
No, it says these things always happen.
Oh, happen in threes.
Yeah. Sorry. Number 5. Is it true Canadians like yourself sweat maple syrup? Because trust me, when we sloppy dog sled you tonight, you're going to want some. What the
Apparently
hell?
sloppy dog is a term that I'm just not familiar with. It sounds...
That is so
festive,
funny.
I guess.
Let's see. That was number 5. And then going to your page here. Number 6. Can you eat 60 eggs, boy?
That is a cool hand Luke reference.
Number 7. We've been waiting to get some beaver.
Oh, God.
Number 8. Anybody get to you yet?
Which is actually the line that he says in the movie at that scene. So.
It actually kind of makes sense. Number 9, never say never, boy. Number 10, I'll drop the beat while you drop the soap. Number 11, Sam, Ziggy says all you have to do is drop the soap. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's a Quantum Leap reference. And that's all we got.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
That's all we got so far.
So which is your favorite?
There was the first one, then there was one towards. What was the one towards the?
There's the excuse me, this is the men's shower.
Right. I really like that one, and then
the sloppy dog sled one.
there's that one.
This cool hand look one. Can you 68?
No.
Been waiting to get some beaver. Anybody? Get
I'll drop
you?
the beat.
I'll drop the beat while you drop the soap.
Yeah. I like that one too. So it's between those three. What do you think?
Me?
Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone watching have a vote? You can. I guess it's totally legit if you if you're out there and you want to vote for yourself.
Okay, so there's
if one
that.
of those are yours.
And then the dog sled one.
Right.
I personally like the dog sled
I
one.
like the dog sled
I like
one.
the dog sled one because it's just so obscure and bizarre.
It is.
And what's the other one? Excuse me, this is a men's shower?
Yes. Excuse me, that's a men's shower.
Third.
Well, so you know, he's in between like two really buff guys. It's actually was a pretty funny comment. So those are the three. Who shall be our winner?
What do you think, Courtney? I'm voting for number 2. And he's voting for number 1.
I'm voting for number 1.
Isn't that what you like? I'll drop the beat while you drop
Yes.
the soap. Yeah. Do 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 do
Well, let's talk about something else while we're ready.
She likes number 2.
Oh, she likes number 2.
So that's 2 votes for number 2 and 1 for number 1.
Well, we'll give it just a bit more time.
Well, we do have 7-8 minutes.
Our final decision. Another thing I want to talk about was the something that just kind of like came out recently was that apparently Microsoft had made a deal with Machinima to have their YouTube partners promote the PlayStation.
I have heard of this, yes.
And basically giving them higher CPMs and bonuses for saying positive things about the PlayStation. And it seemed to be this big kind of like scandal that just sort of blew up over the internet. And it wasn't until I saw a video by another YouTuber that I realized that the majority of the people who are YouTube fans and are not part of a network themselves really have no idea, I guess, what really goes on behind the scenes and how YouTubers actually make their money. But a big part of that is talking up merchandise.
Right. It's promoting.
And a lot of YouTubers do it, and it's even to the extent of like promoting like other YouTubers' channels. I don't know how much you guys actually watch other content on YouTube. If you're like me, probably quite a bit. But oftentimes I see people who do shout outs for other channels, and really what they're doing is it's not necessarily that they're a fan of that person's channel, it's just that that person is also on their network and they're getting additional revenues from their network to promote another channel.
That's actually kind of neat. I kind of like that.
And so that that happens all the time, and it's just
the way it works.
Yeah, I guess I never fully realized that people didn't know that was happening. I personally don't do it myself. We're not part of a network, so
you've done shout outs before.
Yeah, I've done shout outs before,
but not like for money or anything.
Yeah, just because I legitimately like somebody's channel, and so even if I was partnered with a network, I don't think I would actually like tell my viewers to go check out some channel that I myself didn't like, because that would just be weird. But it does happen quite often. The Amazing Atheist is a YouTuber, and he does that quite often where he gives, shout outs to other channels. Most of the time it's actually channels that he legitimately likes, but sometimes it's just a channel that his network is pushing. But he's been pretty good about, about being like really obvious about the fact that, he's, promoting this, for profit, and even like going as far as like I think in his last video is to say like this video is sponsored by this thing. And Philip DeFranco is another person that does that. He's very blunt about like this show is sponsored by, and he's just like this person.
He actually says it's sponsored by.
Yeah, I know. So he's always been very transparent. The only person I've ever in the last few years, as far as like other channels go, that I've ever really heard him promote was Daily Grace when she started on My Damn Channel. And then again later on after she left My Damn Channel just recently and started a damn channel of her own. And so he then promoted that, but that's the only person that I've ever really recall him promoting their channel in recent history, and because he does legitimately watch her show, and I do too a little bit. I'll admit that. But yeah, as far as like the whole being getting paid by your network, whether it's Machinima, Full Screen, maker, or subsidiary of any one of those, they all have now like little smaller agencies that handle smaller YouTubers. So if you're part of any one of those, chances are you're being offered money to promote different things in your video. And some of the deals actually say like, oh, we don't want you to tell them that that's why you're doing this. It's got to be on the down low, like it's actually a product that you would use. So, and it's done with all sorts of things. It's done with like getting like YouTubers to just wear certain like headphones when they're vlogging or something like that. Just be like, oh hey, he wears those headphones. I want those headphones too. So, yep, it's just one of those things that happens.
Stormy Q says, "What is this?
What is it?
It's entertainment and gaming news."
Did we get votes for anyone else? Is it just number 2?
Just number 2.
It's going to be number 2 then.
Woo!
Number 2 is our winner.
Number 2.
Whoever you are.
Whoever you are.
Do we know who that is?
Yes.
Don't say their name though.
Yes, I do know who it is.
Okay. So then we'll be sending you your in the back row shirt for winning our caption contest. And what was the caption that won?
Oh God, I'm gonna make you do that. Is it true Canadians like yourself sweat maple syrup? Because trust me, when we sloppy dog sled you tonight, you're gonna want some.
I don't even know what that means, but it's magical.
It is magical.
Anyway, I'm Dr. Gaffer. This is Yu Ming. You've been in the back row. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you guys again next week and every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for all your gaming and entertainment news needs. And even if you don't really need anything, we'll still
do it.
We'll still shove news right in your face.
It's because we like it.
Like the dirty, dirty news whore that you are.
That's right.
Love.